Okay, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one. That surprisingly physical, not in your stomach anxiety when you're waiting for someone to text you back. We've all been there. But the reason it happens, well, it goes way, way deeper than you might think, like down to our basic survival instincts.
So, it all starts with this, a simple, everyday action. You type out the message, maybe you were feeling brave, maybe it was just a casual hey, and you hit send. And just like that, it's out there. And this is where everything changes. The second you hit send, a little clock starts ticking somewhere in your brain. The silence starts. And this very specific, very weird tension starts to build up. Right? 5 minutes? That feels totally normal. 10 minutes? Okay, sure, they're probably busy. But then you look down and it's been something weirdly specific, like 27 minutes. And suddenly, time starts to feel, well, it feels stretched out, doesn't it? Each minute feels way longer than the last.
And this is when the brain really kicks into overdrive. That internal monologue just starts firing off. You start questioning everything, running through this whole checklist of anxieties. It's this frantic, totally internal debate, but man, does it feel urgent.
And here's the really important part. This isn't just in your head. You can actually feel it. Your heart starts beating just a little bit faster. You might get a tightness in your chest. And suddenly, your phone feels like it has its own gravity field, right? It's just pulling all of your attention to it.
So this gets us to the big question. Why isn't this just some random, fleeting thought? Why does this anxiety actually feel physical? Well, the answer, it turns out, is buried deep inside our own biology. Okay, so let's break this down. Neuroscientists have figured out that for us humans, attachment isn't just some fluffy, nice-to-have emotion. It's a full-on survival system. On a deep biological level, our brains are wired to see secure connection as safety. Think about it. Being connected to your tribe literally meant you were safe. It meant you wouldn't get eaten by a tiger.
And this right here shows the battle that's happening inside of us. You've got your modern, logical brain that knows 1,000 perfectly good reasons for a slow reply. Oh, they're driving, they're in a meeting. But your ancient nervous system, the part of you that's been fine-tuned over millennia for survival, it doesn't listen to logic. It just feels a potential break in connection, and it starts sounding the alarm.
And to really get why that alarm is so loud, you have to look back. For our ancestors, getting ignored wasn't just awkward. It was a terrifying signal that you might be getting kicked out of the group. And being excluded from the tribe was, quite literally, a death sentence. Your body is still running on that ancient software. And honestly, if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. That feeling isn't a sign that you're needy or overly sensitive. It's a sign that your survival system is working exactly as it should. You are biologically wired to want and expect responsiveness from the people you depend on. It is a feature of being human, not a bug.
So if our wiring is totally normal, why is texting such a disaster for our nerves? Well, the problem is that texting creates this artificial void, this information vacuum that our ancient brains are just not built to handle.
I mean, think about it. When you're talking to someone face-to-face, you're processing thousands of data points every second. You see their smile, you hear the warmth in their voice, you see their relaxed posture. All of that is constantly telling your nervous system, hey, we're good, the connection is secure. Texting strips all of that away, every last bit.
And when your brain is faced with a total lack of information, especially about something as important as social connection, it doesn't just sit back and assume everything's great. Its number one job is to keep you safe. So it fills in that big empty blank, and it usually fills it with the worst-case scenario. It defaults back to its primary programming. Warning, connection might be at risk.
So I want to leave you with this question to think about. Knowing that this physical anxiety you feel is a biological response, not a personal flaw, how does that change the experience of waiting for you? The minutes might not pass any faster, but maybe, just maybe, our understanding and our compassion for ourselves can get a little bit